I think the 200 to 250,000 for Bitcoin still makes sense because that would still only value it at 25% of the size of the gold market.
Okay.
So I think digital gold means Bitcoin should be worth over $1 million per Bitcoin, and it could happen in the next few years. But maybe pricing 25% of that, especially with Genius Act, makes sense.
Are you going to?
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Tom Lee says Bitcoin could hit $1 million soon. He explains why, what's driving it, and what's next. Let's dive in.
I don't know. Start making comments and recommendations about stablecoins.
Yes. I mean, in a sense, stablecoins are the ChatGPT moment for crypto because businesses like it and consumers are adopting it. And now we see JP Morgan and Citi and getting into the stablecoin market and the Genius Act of
How would you say that?
Well, Circle is one way because it is, a standout company. They've done really well. But Ethereum is really the way to play stablecoins because the majority of stablecoins are created on Ethereum. It's over 30% of its network fees. And if Scott Bessent's right in it, he says now it's close to a $4 trillion market. That's exponential growth for Ethereum.
Ether has taken off recently. It was down at 1,700 or something like a month ago or 2 months ago.
Yes.
Now it's back almost, 36 or something?
That's right. And I know Mark Newton, our head of technicals, thinks it's 5,000 is doable near term, but if you value it similar to Circle, it's more between 10 and 20,000.
You give a rat's patootie about August 1st? Does anything change with that for you? New month.
Yes.
Is that that's your answer? Well, it's a new month. Yeah.
I mean, I think that on a half full, the tariffs are really good for the budget. So, and companies are managing through these now, and they're pretty significant now. And it's not inflation. They're not talking about it as inflation. So that's the half full. But you're right. Maybe August 1st gets pushed again, and that would also be positive. When April happened and we had Tariff Armageddon and the market went into a free fall, investors liquidated because they thought we were entering a recession. But, and as you guys had covered, like the market then staged a V-shaped recovery, which caught many people off guard because they wanted to have a chance to get in. They wanted the stock market to be like a K-shaped or flat line. Instead, it was a V-shaped bounce. And so most investors are underexposed at the moment. And they're trying to look at headlines with a half-empty view. But as you guys know, earnings have actually been really resilient, and I think it tells a very good story.
Yeah, Dow's hasn't been hitting. It hit a new high, but it hasn't in the recent session. But S&P and NASDAQ continue to do pretty well. So there is also a perception, Tom, that valuations have returned to levels that have people worried, and you are citing an equity-weighted S&P multiple. Explain that. Of what? What's the equity-weighted multiple right now?
Yeah, what we're saying is instead of someone saying, oh, the MAG is making the market expensive, let's just take the average PE of the S&P of every stock, and it was around 17.6 times in 2019. Now we've had 6 what I call extinction-like events, COVID, the bullwhip supply chain effect, inflation surge, Fed fastest hikes, Trump tariffs, and then, of course, U.S. bombing Iran.
Of them. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all of them should have wiped out earnings, but the S&P earnings have grown, and yet the equal weight PE is now 16 times. So the market's gotten cheaper in the last 6 years, despite proving they can grow earnings through 6 extinction-level events.
Robert Kiyosaki, the best-selling author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, has issued a powerful new warning. He says the biggest financial crash in history is just around the corner. According to him, the U.S. economy is on a dangerous path, and the Federal Reserve isn't helping. Instead of fixing the problem, Kiyosaki believes the Fed is making things worse by continuing to print what he calls fake U.S. dollars. Kiyosaki points out that this isn't a brand new crisis, it's the same one that's been building for decades. From the 1987 stock market crash to the 2008 housing crisis, and more recently, the 2020 pandemic and the collapse of banks like Silvergate and Silicon Valley Bank, the U.S. has repeatedly turned to money printing to stay afloat. But that approach, he warns, is only adding fuel to a growing fire. He urges people to stop saving in U.S. dollars, which he says are being devalued daily. Instead, he advises protecting wealth by turning to what he calls real assets: gold, silver, and especially Bitcoin. Kiyosaki sees Bitcoin as a safe haven for the coming storm. With national debt soaring and the dollar weakening, he believes Bitcoin could be a crucial lifeline when the financial system takes its biggest hit yet.
Apple is Apple, and Google is Google, and we know the product and we know the stock. And I think they have really established themselves as consumer and business companies. And for me, Apple has been sort of quietly ready to pounce on AI, but I don't think they need to pay up for any of these models. So I think Apple is going to surprise people.
That's interesting. That's a contrarian viewpoint. People think Apple either is too far behind or just isn't going to be able to get the talent that it was. It's losing talent, not getting.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't launch an iPhone until 2007, and mobile phones had been around for 15 years. But when they did enter that market, they completely transformed the marketplace. So to me, I think when they want to play big in AI, and when they do in that moment, I think they will change the game.
Well, so the question, though, is do you think that historically they've been able to do that because it's been a hardware game largely and a bit of software? I don't want to say the software is not a huge part of it. But the question is whether you think the LLMs have become so advanced that to get there, you actually either have to buy somebody else to do it, or you can actually catch up. I mean, that's the fundamental question underneath all of this.
Yeah, and it's also possible that LLMs all get so good that they are about the same.
Right.
And then Apple
gets commoditized. And
correct. And so then Apple comes in and says, look, we have our safety. Look, we're known for our safety rails, protecting your privacy, optimizing what you want to do, make your life better. And they might come out with a version that really, makes heads spin. So I think that I'm not ruling out Apple just because they're a little late.
Donald Trump may have just landed a surprise punch in his long-running rivalry with Elon Musk, this time with Bitcoin. Trump Media and Technology Group, the parent company of Truth Social, now holds around $2 billion worth of Bitcoin and related crypto assets, according to new disclosures. That's significantly more than Tesla's $1.35 billion stash, giving Trump a surprising edge in the digital gold race. This move feels less like a routine investment and more like a billionaire mic drop. While Tesla has slowly reduced its Bitcoin holdings since peaking in 2021, Trump's media firm is diving deeper into crypto. It now has over two-thirds of its $3 billion in liquid assets tied to Bitcoin, with an extra $300 million committed to Bitcoin-linked options. That signals confidence and maybe a little showmanship. For anyone watching the Trump-Musk feud unfold over the years, this isn't just numbers on a balance sheet. It's the latest twist in a personal, political, and financial saga. Trump didn't need a rocket or a robo-taxi, just Bitcoin. And for now, that's enough to steal the spotlight. Whether this is a bold strategy or pure branding flair remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. Trump just made Bitcoin part of his billionaire battlefield, and Musk has definitely noticed. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.